Okay, now we'll move on to the economy and the Andrew, the Economic Forum in Brisbane. As a PR exercise, it got off to a pretty slow start, but then there were some encouraging things said as they broke up.
Encouraging things. I think that piece that we saw before with Glenn Stephen was absolutely hilarious, where no one had any questions. But I think the whole point about this was really about re-engagement with the business community. I think that there's been a lot of damage done between Labor and Labor's relationship, a lot of damage to the relationship between Labor and business, and some of this was engineered, I think, to try and improve that. However, the outcomes were nothing spectacular. The main one was that the Prime Minister said, look, we'll talk about a corporate tax cut, but as they've said in weeks gone by, you're going to have to find ways of paying it. And I don't think that that's going to wash with the business community at all.
Well, they've already been down this path. They thought they had a company tax cut locked in, and then that disappeared at the budget. Now, the government had a reasonable story to tell about not being able to get it through the Parliament.
But without testing it? Well,
it didn't have the support of the Greens for the larger end of that, and it didn't have the support of the opposition for any end of it because it was attached to the mining tax. So the business community sort of felt a bit dudded there, and they're now told quite quickly afterwards, well, it's back on the agenda, but you have to make it revenue neutral. There's obviously the problem of credibility, and there's the problem that therefore doesn't reduce the overall tax burden on business, theoretically.
On the other hand, if you want to keep the budget in surplus, any tax cuts, and they're very expensive tax cuts, they have to be funded. So the money has to come from somewhere. There are plenty of areas of special, unjustified tax breaks for business it could come from, but business is right to say, don't just take it. Don't look only at them. You should look across the entire tax system.